Welcome to Off the Record. I'm your host, Aaron Mashano, and tonight we have a very exciting guest, and we're very privileged to have the one and only Permanent Secretary for Copperbelt Province, Mr. Lawrence Mwanza. And we're very excited to have him here because he's had a great track record in the political space and has previously had a position as District Commissioner in Kitwe and was recently appointed by the President in 2025. So, Mr. Lawrence Mwanza, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Masiano.
Beautiful, beautiful. So as you know on the show, we try and go behind the corridor doors, behind the titles. We're just really interested to hear about Mr. Lawrence Mwanza as to who he is, his values, and obviously what you represent. So I'm really excited to dive deep into that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So before we start off in true fashion, we usually have a preference of having a coffee, or would you like some water? What can I pour for you today?
I think just water will do.
Water will do. Okay, great. Someone will get you some water. Well, that's coming. I will pour myself some coffee. And should you change your mind, please let me know. I almost had you saying yes earlier, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. Got your water there? Would you like me to pour it for you?
No, please. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Let's try that. Okay. Perfect. How's that? Super.
Cool.
All right. So maybe just to get straight into it, I'm very curious about people's life journeys. Usually I like to find out about, their past, what maybe decisions formulated their backgrounds, their values, things like that. So if you don't mind maybe asking a few questions about, your childhood days. What were where were you born? Where did you go to school? I think we discussed offline a bit that you're a copperbelt guy like me. So where did that all start?
Oh, well, thank you very much. I think all started in Chingola. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I happened to be born there from Gertrude and Benjamin.
Okay.
That is Gertrude, my mother.
Yes.
And Benjamin, Mr. Mwanza the late.
Okay.
Yeah.
My condolences.
So, yeah. The early life started in Chingola. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't tell exactly because I was too small. Mm-hmm. But everything started in Kitwe.
Okay.
So I'm a Kitwe person.
Yes.
Yeah, we talk about copperbelt. I know copperbelt like no man's business because born and bred here in the copperbelt.
Yes.
So I went to school in Kitwe. Yeah, of course there were, what do you call it? The turbulence after mom and dad got separated from each other. Yeah, there are children who takes who.
Yeah.
And
issues.
Women, that's the reason why I have a respect for women. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when my mom, the divorced mom, it was difficult because we were young. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Taken with the mother, you don't have where to go, you have to go to the village, mom's village. But later on I said, no, he can't go, he can't stay there. Let him bring him back by my auntie. Then we say we live with them. So that's how I found myself in Kitwe. So I can say, yeah, I've lived so much in Kitwe and in Kana West.
Kana West.
Yeah.
I like that place. So how many siblings were you? Because, there's a bit of a story. I do understand that on a personal level with the divorces and children.
Oh, yes, there are 3. As
okay.
we know from mom and dad, 3.
Yeah.
But also others, dad had other children.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so we're a big family. Others also become part of the family anyway.
I see.
Yeah, so
I see.
Basically that was a story. Actually, getting to daddy's momm's best friend, that's where we became now competitor to mom. It was sad, but we had no option but to accept.
Yeah, and that's the reality.
We were young as we were not.
So how old were you approximately then? And were it all the 3 siblings went with your mom and then came back with your auntie to
No, it's actually me.
Okay, just myself.
All of them, they remained. But it's just me. Could be I was there, small.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. That must have been an interesting, transformative time. So in that time then, when you came back to your auntie's place, you were raised by her and her family?
Yes.
What do you remember that was like transformative, that maybe helped shape you, be it your values, or any significant times or people that came in to support you at that time?
Yeah, in that family, it's, I would say I am who I am today because of that family. We are taught to do almost everything at home. And were well taken care of and also disciplined.
Okay.
It was a well-disciplined home. We did our things as young boys.
Yeah.
I remember at one time they will go out, they will leave you with the children. And, you know, basically sometimes I also learned how to speak English because my other cousins had children. You know, they will leave you with a child, then you start speaking, you know what I mean? You know, these children, they are born in families where they can't even speak any little word in Bemba. Yeah, so I left with no option but to speak to them in English.
Yes.
At the end of it, you're also perfecting
Perfected your English.
your English, you know, speaking skills. You talk to them and stuff. Sometimes we are there, and I remember those days, you know, in the 90s. I think we are still young. And there were teen times, you know, those who loved disco. As we used to have 14 hours, up to 18 hours as young people.
Yes.
Now imagine you're in the situation where they've left your children with you. Yeah, so you say, oh, kaka, you just have to say, let's go into town. You walk into town with a boy and he goes there. And the child, you take the child with you in the nightclub. Like you couldn't leave them home. And those children, they were recording. Yeah, one of the boys, he said, today is big now.
Yeah.
So it's a story sometimes when you sit and talk about this.
Yeah.
See these lights in the disc. Yeah, you come back home innocently, you are seated. Now people are watching TV.
Yeah.
And they saw something. I think there was something we used to come, the disco arrangement on TV. And the boys would say, and somebody had to say, no, I've been there. You know, it was a secret, but it came, where did you take the children? Yeah. So those are experiences that we went through.
It's good trouble.
But from the family, the discipline was cardinal. We were told, I remember, we are told to let's not what is yours, not to be yours. Meaning, don't touch things that are not yours. You need to work. And you need to appreciate that, you know, all these, we had the people working in the house, they said, there is no maid for you, you need to also participate. So we never looked at who's the maid in the house. All of us, we had roles to play. I remember I was going to school, you have to leave one room at least cleaned by yourself. I think the house that we lived in, it had about more than, if it's not 14 rooms.
Oh, wow, it's a big
quite
place.
A big house, yes.
Yeah.
So they said, do you think the maid can finish up this? Or whoever, no. All of you should participate. So we grew up with it. Even when my parents are going for work in the night, or 14 hours, they'll say it's you to do the cooking. I started also learning how to cook. From there, I'm a good cook anyway.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really interesting thing that you mentioned. So do you feel like that, you know, upbringing with a skill sets of taking ownership and responsibilities is something that affected you as a young adult man? Because I find like sometimes in my experience, I moved out of home when I was really young. I was maybe even before 16 years old. But I found it quite easy to live on my own because my mom was very similar in making sure you cook, clean, and do all these things. But then I find when my friends would come and stay with us, they struggled in that department. So in your case, did you feel like some of those basics of being self-reliant and responsible really helped you growing through or your young adult life?
For me, the starting point, you know, God works in a mysterious way. I think there's a lot that I learned from there because I never looked at about other things that we didn't have. I concentrated on what we had and also making progress in whatever I do. For example, when they say, no, who's going to do the ironing? It's you. I tried to do the best than anybody else if it's your turn. And sometimes they said, yes, I like the way you did it. I like the way you did it. At the end of it, they're saying, and commitment. And it was also uplifting. So I started doing things with perfection. Nice. I'm given anything, I commit myself to doing it. And sometimes for me to go out, you need to leave your yard swept. Yeah. We used to see in other yards, the garden balls and everything everybody was doing. But us, we are doing it ourselves. Yeah.
Wow.
We lived in the neighborhood with friends. Us, it's our culture. Saturday, for you to get permission, we used to say, you need to get your visa. For you to go out and play. And I was privileged at that time. We used to have what they used to call ZCCM Sports Festival. Yeah. It took us from homework. You go to the club to play. I was playing badminton. I was playing chess. I was doing swimming. Rugby, all those football. Okay. I remember even the late Gentile was my coach. And I used to be very good at football. So that was not my route. But people, they say I was very good.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember a young boy, very flexible on the ball.
Yeah.
And people, they saw future in me in football.
Yes.
But otherwise, I never took that route.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why is it that you didn't pick that route? I'm sure we'll be seeing you
Yeah, something also clipped in. I think, music got into me. I'm not a singer.
You're a musician?
No. I'm not a singer.
Yeah.
But music got me into DJing. So
wow.
Yeah. So from there, I started practicing with people who are, given. I remember Uncle Dennis Peters, the late, may he so rest in peace. I think at Katondo Street there was a club called, what club was that? I've forgotten the club there. Trends Disco.
Oh, Trends, yes.
Trends, then opposite there was Hollywood. So now these people sometimes, even getting in there by age, you are not allowed. But with those big guys who take you in, and I started breakdancing and stuff.
You were a breakdancer?
Yeah, I used to do a lot.
Wow.
Breakdancing, doing with a lot of friends, and we started Michael Jackson style. Get his trousers, you reduce it without going home.
Yeah.
And I've maintained this haircut.
Yes.
I've grown up with it.
Yes.
I think we were even beaten at home. Until the parents went to the States. When they came, it was a change story. They saw different haircuts.
Yeah.
Then they say, I leave them, because where they went, they saw them. So, clubbing, not as in, you call it in showbiz, teen times, competition in dancing. Dancing, I graduated at that time. I started admiring some DJs that I can remember that time. We had what we used to call in Kitwe, Star Soman. Yeah, I can remember all of them. Francis Dynamite.
Wow.
Moses, whatever he was called, and there was a man called Manchild, he's still in the UK. Yeah, he could come. There was a disco called the Band Sound System. Yeah, so now those are big guys. They needed young guys to warm up, and that's where we improved our skills. Not the DJing today, where you're using virtual DJs and the software. As we're doing manually.
Wow, with the turntable records.
Yes,
wow.
The CDs and everything, and the cassette.
Wow.
So you have to play everything at one time, and you need to know the beat and the tempos for you to join the music. It took, somebody with a skill to do that. But nowadays the software will give you the beats, and it's easier for you to flow. But for us, it was commitment to say, what is coming from here, And I was enjoying, the DJ is there, playing music, people making dancing. And I used to make people dance.
Wow.
And from there, I started now investing in my music equipment.
Okay.
So I also won a band.
No way. What was the name of the band? Can you share? Well, we're going to research all of this.
Yeah, first of all, before we get there, I was called the
DJ name, I'm sure.
Yes, my stage name was the Classic Master.
Classic Master,
I was privileged to play the late Sarah Mwanga.
Okay.
If you remember Sassy Sarah, that was a stage name. The Jack Kamuza, the Speakable Syndrome.
You're a big name.
I've played with him, I've played with these big guys. Francis Ndovi. We used to do even what we used to call the Backwend Show.
Wow.
Yeah, Mr. Gasongo, I think he just retired now from ZNBC. Yeah. We used to call him the Little David.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and I started in a club called Ecstasy. Then from there, the Mobile Disco.
That was in Kitwe.
That was, in Kitwe.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Then from there, we changed from there. I started what we call house session disco. Yeah, outdoor functions. I was doing this. There's a Mr. John Kalumbi, who's a popular MC. They don't know the genesis. We gave him platform. I went into music. If you remember the musician, that is the music part of it. And that was my lifestyle, engaging in this.
Amazing.
That early life, that gave me also to love music and appreciate sound, doing the sound, balancing up, setting up the equipment. It was just gifting.
Wow.
I couldn't sing, I couldn't play any instrument, but just balancing the sound.
You had an ear for it.
That's I had interest. So even putting up pieces, I had to invest in putting out whatever pieces that I've put there. Then I came, Samheli, I got a live band that I came in contact with a glorious band. I think Mission Praise was there, and we went to do the sound setting for them at Butch and in the biggest shows for them to come. That time I was working with KCM and stuff. Now I was in the background. From there, I did, political side to do the sound behind the campaigns. PS Fumba Chama, I did the sound behind. Unfortunately, it became PS. I was also PS, the singing one, and the one was doing the technical background.
Both PS and
just
PS.
Like I saw the people, So that's where we come from, with a lot of discipline. In music, you just have to be focused. What is it that you want? Just appreciating that I need to do it time and time, and also train the young DJs. There's a late Shine, I think, from Flavor FM. I think they went through my hands. Today we have big stars like Ephraim Talange, the son of Africa. He's played my music, helping them here and there. Today they are big names.
Wow.
Yeah, there's another gospel artist, I remember, Ruben. I met Ruben in the streets of Kitwe. There were 5, one family. I picked all of them. I stayed with them at my home. Then as a campaign rally, UPND of course, I set my equipment and we gave them a platform.
Amazing.
And they did one song. Today. He's a big guy. So
you set them up.
Today I'm seeing the young lady called Bineo. She could come and train at my home, setting the equipment. She's doing this and that. She went quiet, but I'm happy that I'm seeing Bineo. So now we know where the name is coming from. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've done music for Mampia and Kitwe. That is the music part of it.
Behind the title, behind the prestige, they're hiding secrets, struggles, and stories untold. Meet the faces you know, but what about the people behind the masks? Who are they? Off the record.
For me to have food, it was a problem.
I was out of school for a year. I went to do some piecework, very long piecework.
My career didn't start all rosy. Of course, started on a faster note at some point.
I've never drank in my life. I tried once and I was a bit noisy.
Yeah.
So I decided.
Yeah,
I decided no, I'm not going to drink.
Yeah.
I'm one of those few that after completing grade 4, I only stayed for 5 months and I was already in tertiary education.
The question came and I said I want to be president. I was laughed at.
I just wanted people to understand the implications or the things that happen when one is about to have a stroke. And I want to confess that at one given time, I nearly crucified myself.
The journey, the struggles, the triumphs, it's time to get real. From the operating room to the boardroom, from the podium to the pulpit, we're going off the record. Unfiltered, unscripted, unforgettable.
I also did sport. I didn't go through much in football, but football is where I was talented too much. But also chess took me.
Okay.
And I reached to play board 1.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I came to compete here in Ndola at Bank of Zambia.
Kitwe has a big place for chess players. Still even at the Hut, we meet there regularly.
A lot of people, they knew me. I used to be very good. But at the end of it, that was not my destiny until I ventured into other things. And finally, I got into politics, which took me to Germany.
How long ago was the political journey when you started?
The political journey, it has been, I can talk about, I've been only in one political party, that is UPND.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in UPND for the past 23 or 24 years now.
24 years.
Together with these 4 years that I'm in government. Yeah, in the opposition, 20-something. And I was not moved on. I was inspired by the president, the Republican president. The first time when I met him, he said, when you meet a rich man, don't ask for his money. Ask for his ideas. How did you make this money? So I was also within me to be a businessman. And I became a businessman before coming into government. I made it in life. Made it in life in a small way that I'm able to take care of myself and the 2-3 people next to me. Not that he was in government. He started from there. I was inspired too much. And yes, the leadership identified me within there, that I was worthy to be trusted. Started with a local leadership and the president fell in love. It was exciting when he saw the president landing and there were nice cars and the president only came to me. Mr. Mwanza, can I ride in your vehicle? I didn't even wash the vehicle at that moment. And everybody were not thinking he can ask to jump on my vehicle. I had a bus.
Nice.
Yeah. For me, what I have is what I had in the opposition. There's nothing
like
in
your
government.
antidote. Yeah.
So here he comes. I said, who am I to say no? And surprising enough, there was no enough fuel. But all of us, you, the president, your leader, the biggest leader in an organization asked you, I just said, God,
It's an honor.
the fuel is just, that was an honor. So we drove mountain, we came into town, they were walking into Chisokone. I told the one who was handling the bag for the president to say, can we go at the filling station there? And I called someone. I never wanted to ask for money. So I called someone and he brought the money. And I put fuel. This is when I calmed down.
Wow.
So those are moments that I got in. And I started looking at myself to say, if people can trust me, I cannot go away from there. So I started, it was motivating for me to be loyal, to be honest, and to speak the way it is. In fact, I'm coming from that family where we are rebuked. When you do something wrong, they will not entertain, they will tell you the way it is.
Straight.
And we started, and that has been my life. Sometimes I don't just hide. I just tell you, no, this is what I can do. I will not pretend here, then we'll go and do something else. But all the same, I am who I am, because there are people who nurtured me and politically mentored me.
Wow.
Yeah, even the current minister today, we've come a long way with him. Yeah, so he was like a political figure to us. He was a father he had. He would tell us sometimes in the night. It was difficult where we were coming from. He would just pick up a phone and I know there's Mwanza and Kitwe. They will call me 24 hours, I'll stand and I'll get in my car and move.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I've never been violent in my life. I've never been abusive in terms of using social media. I've never been something that divides people. That is my culture, that is me. I want to speak something that is bringing people together. Yeah, I want people to insult me, not to insult people.
Yeah, true.
So for me, I'm challenging you in the media. You will never see any statement that is divisive in nature. I've never done that, and I will not do that. And in that political scene, I was too much connected with the media. So they also contributed in my well-being, my being in this public life, because I need to learn the do's and don'ts within them. No, you don't do this because what you are doing is this and that. My colleagues from the media. So it's been an exciting journey. Of course, with a lot of turbulence in it.
I was going to ask you those questions. So what would you say in those turbulences? Because, you know, like we mentioned earlier offline, a lot of people might see you and think, you've come from a straight road. Mr. Mwanza has never had problems in his life and he's an overnight success. So what challenges do you recall, or defining obstacles that you had to overcome that you remember that kind of helped you form your determination to stay in the path that you've chosen?
First of all, in life, there are times where you accept that, yes, you have nothing. Yeah, you have nothing. Others, they made it earlier than ourselves.
True.
Yeah.
Or born into it, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we are given that life. It was not bad, but it was bad within me. Yeah, because at one time I needed also to grow up and live my life. Imagine you are coming from the well background and the life, now to start your own life, you go back. So that one is saying, they've set a pace here. Because I never struggled. They sent me to various good schools and everything. But what do I do? Yeah, but I still knocked on the doors of education. And I'm happy that even my president respects education. When you share the president's story, it speaks of me, or it picks the picture of David in the Bible. Yeah, the president was there. Look at his life. When you follow his story, it tells you that there was a character in there, in him. So even as where we are coming from, quite all right, we are privileged, we are given all what was needed. But at one time I started thinking, after this, how is going to be my life? Yeah, because at one time I would reach a certain age where I needed to depend on myself and feed myself. Yeah. So it wasn't easier. We had to leave those and to go and join industry, going on the street to survive. Yeah, I left. We are in Lusaka, where we are kept very well. We met with a friend and my cousin to say, we need to also, that's belonging where we have freedom, you know what I mean? But now, because of the training that I got, even when I went there to say, I think it's in Lusaka, where we had to find a servant's quarter. Yeah, a servant's quarter where we can even be sleeping and opening as in Kungulume stuff. Yeah, it was just like that. We wanted that path now to say, we start preparing ourselves, how we're going to be. And the responsibility came from there. First, you needed to fight a mattress where to sleep. You need to fight this, you need to buy this for yourself now. Yeah, so of course, cautious and also hoping that if I'm given an opportunity, I'll show it. Yeah, but after leaving school, we're in Kitwe then, and they were looking for jobs as school leavers. And I remember there was a Zampost bus coming from Kitwe. I think there was a Zam photo here in Ndola, and they said that they needed a person like this to do this. Now, when I was coming for that interview, I had defined that a place was given to someone else. Now I was in Ndola. So they said, okay, that has been given to someone, then we can give you to be in the kitchen and do something.
Wow.
Then in the kitchen, I ended up serving the food.
Wow.
And I also, that's why I met Gesh Groove when he came from, he's a lawyer from abroad. He just came in and I served him a meal. We didn't even know who.
Wow.
Yeah, I served him a meal here at Zam Photo.
Wow.
Yeah, because for me, what I wanted is to work.
Yeah.
And I think after I got that job, my salary was 90 kwacha.
Per month.
Per month, yeah. And that's what I was using. For me, that was a lot. For transport, I could spend something about 20 kwacha for Kitwe and going.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was a short stay. Then I was given a chance to go to Wits in South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did my training. I came back here. I pursued public administration.
Okay. So
administration, yes, I did that. And I went back now to the private sector to work for myself. So, yeah, I tried to do myself.
That's an amazing journey.
After, with a lot of, challenges here and there. But you have to be very strong and face it the way it is. And that teaching to say, don't take I was not so excited. No, I only learned how to drive cars at home. When I left home, I never drove anybody's car. You can give me the key, I will not drive.
You just keep
because of the teaching that they taught me. And I also think about myself, out of if I bash this car, I'll commit my family now to start doing this and that. Not that I didn't know, but me, I learned. Because they gave me cars, we washed the car, I started driving. At one time, I could even sneak out in Kana West, drive. That time, traffic was not much. You park it just like that. And that's how I got to learn how to drive very early.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. In fact, in the manual, not even...
I think that's the better way to run a car. You get to understand it.
Yeah. It's just from there. Yeah, I could go with friends. I was very content with what I have. Amazing. I was mindful. To say this I cannot afford, this I cannot afford. But of course, I'm trying to work hard and working hard. Sometimes we are given a chance to work, you are not paid, but yes, you get the results. Whether you are paid, you are not paid, those are the frustrating moments. Sometimes you sit, you cry within yourselves. Sometimes when you cry, the healing comes out first. Yeah, nobody will notice, but within yourself. So sometimes even when I'm encouraging somebody, it's not that I've never passed through that. Within you, there's sometimes... my age mates, they were getting married, and I thought I would never marry in my life because I had nothing to offer. Yeah, so life went on until when God says yes. I love that song, who has a final say, it's only Jehovah God. Yes, I got married and I have 3 boys.
What year was that when you were married?
Oh, wow, it's quite a long time. My first boy now is in 18 years now.
Okay.
He's at CBU.
Okay,
and I have other 3 boys. I have 3 boys.
Congrats.
With me, yeah.
Okay.
So I got married to my beautiful wife, Christy.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are pushing.
And where did you meet her?
Wow, I met her in one of the shops. I don't know what I was buying in that shop. I just saw this beautiful lady.
Yes.
Of course, as men, you go around, you come back. Even
pretend
when
you want to buy more things.
Yes, then you go back, you're asking.
Yeah.
I started asking. Later on, I started observing. You know what time they are coming? You have to play around that area.
That's it.
What time she's knocking off you
around.
started. Oh, yes. And sometimes, I saw you. Where do you live? Oh, this and that, No, this side, the river side. Oh, okay. Then you follow it up. The rest is a history.
Yes, it's history.
We managed to convince her. Yeah.
So, curious question, because I think this is not talked about much with successful men in Zambia. But what part has, you said Christy is her name?
Sorry?
Your wife's name?
Christy.
Christy, yeah. What part has Christy played in your life in forming you as a leader or a great husband or a father? Like what attributes do you think she brought to the table that has helped you become the manager, if any?
The only strength I've seen in that woman is having confidence in me. That's it. She's a beautiful lady.
That's powerful.
Yeah, but confidence in me. That's what inspires me. And also giving me freedom to do what I can. I'm responsible wherever I know. And she's, even the words, when she's speaking to me, yeah, she has allowed me, when I joined politics, you have to go out, everywhere.
In the field a lot.
In the field, you've gone. Sometimes you don't come. You come late, this and that. But he just texts me there and encouraging me. And also, you know, to be content with what we have.
Wow.
Yeah, and also willing also. She doesn't take offend when I'm helping other people. Yeah, she always encourages me to do that. Because for me, I will be irrelevant when you have to come and save people and you're not helping even one life.
That's true.
But when I have a partner who understands and also appreciates what we have, and she's not that person, pressure. I've seen a lot of people, they fail it because there's a lot of pressure on. But you have to divide your work, whatever you do, which was not even making sense there. But somebody could see sense and encouraging. Sometimes she'll tell you, "You are not going today, you are tired." No, I'm not tired, Mama, I'm going. Yeah, so, no, you are going. You touch me, you are not scared, you people. I don't want to hear you that you've been killed. You know, just like that. And
that's amazing.
And also, she's a prayer warrior. She's a Christian, and she's so much on her knees praying for me, interceding for me. Sometimes, well, it's not necessary to just give you a scripture. You need to give this for a week. It will help you. So for me, I know that there's somebody behind there on the knees crying for me, interceding. Even when I'm praying, it is connecting with my wife to say, she's also looking up to me to say, this is the man I've chosen to be with.
Yeah.
And the fairness of God, I'm dark, she's light. Yeah, so we complement each other. In terms of colors,
a good duo.
I'm short, she's big. So God has given us in one package.
That's great.
So yeah, and also understanding there are moments where we quarrel, this and that, but not our quarrels where you reach to the fight. So even when I'm encouraging young couples to say don't fight, that's how I manage it. And most of the time when I get frustrated with her, I will not drive away to go somewhere. I will be just within the heart. And you have to find time to get to the talking senses. I'm saying we differ, but that's how I handle it for me. Because sometimes when you drive, you go away, you end up doing other things.
Yeah, mistakes.
But when you, mistakes. But when you're just there finding to make peace, and that's how we become more stronger and appreciating and understanding each other. The weaker side of part of me, she knows how to manage them. So the weaker part of her, I know how to manage them, and we talk to each other. So at the end of it, when we stand to represent people, I know that I'm also have a small community, my children and everybody. Even when I stand to save the bigger community, I need them. I can't save the people without them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I think charity starts at home, as I said.
Yes.
I think you said something really interesting that got me thinking about how much when you're in a political space, or you know, like in a lot of cases I interview business people, and there's so much pressure to put in extraordinary amount of hours beyond the normal 9 to 5. And in some cases, some people have partners where they've said, in the words of, I feel like I'm competing at home as much as competing for success. And it sort of splinters down the track. So what do you think is some of the advice maybe you could also share with our audience on people who are aspiring to be in a prominent public space? Because I'm sure it takes sacrifices, right, as you mentioned. But how important is it choosing the right partner? And what advice would you give people out there when they're coming to that place? Like you said, you're on your knees praying for the right partner, and that could be frustrating for others. They might rush into a wrong marriage or things like that. And that can significantly affect their career, correct?
I'll tell you this. You know, it is not easy to offer yourself to the public when you fail to manage where you are. That's the reason the partner is very important, supportive. You can be anywhere. There are times you are in the low moments, we face challenges, but you know that there's somebody who's pushing you and thinking, no, you can do it. You need just that push within you. You will not get it anywhere, but within you. It has to start with the family. And the family, they need to understand who you are and how things are. You know, sometimes when you are not able to make peace at home, then you go to outside the bigger community. It will be very difficult. But if you know that here I'm also representing my family, even when I'm speaking to this one, I think it keeps you going, and also respecting other people's feelings, also other people's interests. Because it has to start. If you don't respect the person that you are with next, who are you going to respect? So basically it's just that. And God, in the wisdom of God, he knew that we needed to be partners at a certain stage where you need to now mature to say, yes, we are a couple now to take up leadership. Because leadership begins in the home. We start receiving friends, we start receiving relatives, start receiving everybody. Even when you come from that home, you go somewhere, you give what you have. If you have love, you can share with it. But if you don't have love within the home, it will be very difficult for you to share the love that you don't have. You can only share when you have that love with your family and you take it to other people also. And also, like I said, we started somewhere where we are taught the values of life and how we should conduct ourselves, and also the power of knowing identity, the true identity of us. We're Africans, we've got culture, where we come from. Yeah, so basically, we inherit that to understand who we are, and it will make you to understand that we are Zambian. From which part of Zambia? This way. But for me, I just know I'm coming from a bigger tribe called Zambia, because my wife comes from Mchinga, myself, Eastern, born and bred here on the copperbelt, so you can call me Lamba, because this is the Lamba land, and I was born here. I've never done anything, even the little investment that I have is on the copperbelt, not anywhere else. Then my mother also comes from Luapula. Yeah, so I've come from two chiefs, Chief Mumbi and Chief Tsunga. So basically for me, when you look at the family and also making peace with your family, yeah, the Bemba says that when they were you know, when you're exchanging, sometimes as a man you are stuck, but you need somebody who's very closer to you, is part of you. You know, they will notice something that she was just saying, is there any problem here? That's
look
a
like
problem. You just come, this and that. But if you feel you have no one to talk to, you open up the way it is and start now helping you. She will not say anything. She will just pick the Bible, start praying. Sometimes she'll start talking to you, this and that here and there. Then from there, so I feel, wow, this is good for me. Yeah, this is good for me. I need somebody. And of course, I come from a Christian background, so I still remain a Christian. So I take responsibility in whatever I do. The Bible tells us that we are carnal, sold under sin. Yeah, most of the time we want to do this, but contrary, we do opposite because of our sinful nature. But we cannot delete Christian from us. That's who we are. We believe so much in God. No matter how many times you sin, God will still pick you up and appreciate and give you an opportunity to stand and also do away from the wrong things that you're doing. So yeah, so basically we were given an opportunity to serve the people. It was a great honor. Like I said, sometimes when the president had to have confidence in you, there are many Zambians who are better than that and with a better background. But out of men, the president settled on me to be district commissioner for Kitwe. Wow. You know, that's a starting part in the highest offices. And I always, within me, out of many Zambians, he picked on me. I prayed, God, give me the wisdom. God, give me the courage. God, help me. I need your grace. Because if I can be given this, I know the grace of God is enough to sustain me. Yeah, so from there, that has been in me. I love to work hard.
I can see
you
that.
You can imagine I'm here. Sometimes I don't even get to see my wife. But she's there, she knows that this guy loves work. And she doesn't speak negative about me. She just loves what I do. You don't rest, you don't do this, that I'm working.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's following me. You are this side, you are their side. Yeah. So she said, yes. I always tell her that, yes, I was given a chance to serve. At one time, I'll sit and say, yes, I was given a chance to serve the people. I tried my best. I would say my best was not good enough to satisfy almost everybody. But I've tried within my capabilities
you can sleep well at
to
night.
serve, yes. Yeah.
The world runs on us. At Metro, we understand that life doesn't stop for anyone. That's why we provide quality fuel needed to keep your day running. With our convenient locations and reliable service, you can trust us to keep you moving. So come to Metro Filling Station and let us run your world.
So with that told busy schedule, and I'm glad you brought it up, there was another question I had for you there was, how do you juggle, or what do you do outside? I mean, obviously it's very demanding, but what does a man in your position or for yourself do with the little time you have off? Are there activities there, hobbies? I know you're a musician.
Yeah, basically, like
what helps you turn off?
I like that one. You know, sometimes it's very difficult looking at the situation where we are. I've tried to, you know, everything you do, it's the issues of discipline.
Sure.
You know, I love music. I love where they're playing music. But because I'm carrying a lot of people who are looking up to me as a leader, so I avoid in some places where I will come in conflict with what I believe in, the values. Hobbies, yes, I love music. I will do this and that. Sometimes you find me, you know, doing the sound. Others will pick negative things, and you know how social media is abused. So basically now I've chosen, because of the busy schedule, I also study, doing also upgrading myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be graduating also in public relations.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, I think this year I'm starting the exams in this month. We are finishing June. Yeah, so apart from that, I do that, and I'm also a businessman. You know, I'm here to serve the people, but what makes me who I am is a little business that I do. I've been so much in engineering, and I've been doing that for many years. Yeah, so I can't leave it. There are people doing here and there, but when you are not there, you can see the gap, because it's my passion, it's my concept. I've been doing that. So I look at that in my spare time, and also, apart from music, I do my gym.
Okay,
yeah.
You're a gym
Sometimes I'm not so much in public,
yes,
but I do it where I am. Yeah, so I do all those things, gymming here and there. That's what takes my time. But most of the time, it's taken because of work. And at one time I said yes, I was not forced. I said I was given this opportunity. I know even if I'm not there, somebody would have done it, but it was my time. I said, okay, let me serve. And I'm happy that sometimes where people call me, come this side, you find that one day I'm doing 3 functions. Even when you say, I can't, it's just the grace of God. Sometimes you are tired, they call you. That's because I don't want to hinder people.
Yeah.
How to go. But others, they get offended, because I'm just a human being who cannot be
and you
almost
can't be
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, but I try within me to honor all these invitations. When you're invited, people are counting on you. And I also need to be a blessing to them. So I try to do the best that I can. Yeah, it has never been an easy job. It is good for you to admire these offices, but I'll tell you, they have pressure. But it goes with integrity and discipline. That's why we are trying to work on, to say yes, especially when the pronouncement is coming that we need to fight corruption, and also the way society is, expectation. Some of them, they see the title, they see money. So I always tell people that, the title can be there. It doesn't equate to the monies. Because sometimes, why do you find these people in the same position that I hold, they are found wanting, stealing, and other things? I don't do things to please people because, no. I just have to be honest with the little that I have.
And you
I
have
always
enough
tell
to give.
people I can be PS. When I give you 1 kwacha, just know that I'm not only giving you. I'm giving 3, 4 people. We share whatever we have. You can only share what you have. What you don't have, you can't. So basically, it comes with a lot of pressure. Believe you me, I can go in the car wash, have the car wash. Immediately in my title, you cannot negotiate from 50 kwacha to, even when you don't have money. Those are the things that comes, that's the pressure that comes in here.
I hear you.
You can imagine I can go in the car wash and give them a 200 kwacha, I want a change. So sometimes when you look, that's the money that I have. But I needed a 50 kwacha from there. Once you give, they say, I never PS, you can't, you can't get a change. Oh, yes. So basically,
I hear you.
That's life, yes. It exposes us to many things. And but for me, after work, I think it's just I do gymming. And also I'm a bike. I bike.
Okay.
So,
Bikers and motorbikes?
Motorbikes,
Me too. Interesting. What do you ride?
So Kawasaki 600.
So
sometimes when you are there, when I'm putting on the gear, nobody will know that's a PS.
I think I've heard you on the highway because I'm in Baluba. I hear the Kawasaki from the tunnel.
When you hear the sound, that's a PS for you doing the riding.
Now I know.
But I don't want social media to see me and to see what I do.
It's okay. Just donate it to me. I'll look after it. That's a powerful bike. Okay, that's interesting.
It's something that I invest so much in because to reflect. To relax and do that. And also, I love to travel. Now, because of work, I'm restricted. I rarely travel. Because for me, when I was doing my business, I think I've been to all the continents.
Wow.
Just to see. It was part of my hobby. Every time I want to relax, I'll find where to go, and you go and see. But now in government, you are restricted. You just work. Sometimes you can't even plan for your holiday, because I love to work, and I still put it in mind that I was just given this opportunity once to serve the people, and I should show that I'm here willing to serve the people.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I remember one time in Kitwe, even here, sometimes they call me, no, the sewer system is there. I'll drive and I'll go and stand there. And the people say, but how come he's doing that? He's a senior government officer. He's going to do that. That's a job for a councillor. So I told the people, that's a problem that you have. Me, I'm a public servant. I can be caught if there's a problem. I stand there, we solve that problem. It's not only for councillor. Councillor, myself, we need to collaborate and give the services. Government, it's about a service to the people. If those people are able to call me, they need solution to what they've seen.
I probably know you're capable.
Oh, yes. I need to rush there and do the job.
Yeah.
So I always tell people that even my wife, sometimes she's not bothered, especially for other sakes. When they call me, they can call me at any time, because I'm a people's person. I always tell them that I need to be there for everyone. And my wife has no problem with it so far. That's how good she is.
That's amazing.
And
I think you've got a great team around you.
Oh, yes.
And just a few final questions, because we're wrapping up. So a couple of things that I've gotten out of our interview, which I really appreciate. Number one is, I think it is possible in a political stand to still make an impact and focus on the discipline and the transparency of only giving what you have. And I think that culture, in my observation, I could be wrong, is rare, but I think it's one that is really inspiring to hear that you follow through. But what is it, what's the legacy that you want to leave behind? As you said, you've got a short time to serve the people, you're committed to that process, and everyone around you is making sacrifices to accomplish that. But what would you like to see when you're looking back to maybe 10 years from now, or everything said and done? This has been Mr. Mwanza's legacy. What would you say in a few short words?
Wow. I love, like I said, I was given a chance to serve, and the legacy of recognizing everybody in all setup. Provincial administration, we're trying to come together as a team, to deliver as a team. Even when you go, there's a spirit of closing gaps among us ourselves. That's we need to accept that all of us were important, regardless from the top, bottom. The up-bottom approach, where we consider almost everyone. We are seated in this seat here, must be somebody who did the cleaning. That's how important that person is. Because without that person, we wouldn't have been sitting nicely and comfortable here, because the place has been kept nice and smart. So they are also very, very important in whatever we do. So we recognize them. So for me, from now, I would say that I provided a leadership where I speak against any language that brings people apart from one another, because of our greed, because of our selfishness, because of everything, and also attacking each other. I want to be in there, not to say anything against my fellow Zambians, or when I'm not happy, I go to social media and start defaming others, saying other things. You hear time and again the president saying, when you have a problem, I think go to your friends, let's have a cup of tea like we are here, and get to know each other. You may not know, after our engagement, I will realize that you are a better person than the picture that I had.
True.
So I want to see a copperbelt that is more focused, to see that we can change the way we do things here in the copperbelt, and we want to see a better province that will keep or provide or will make available, opportunities for many Zambians to earn a living. So meaning we need to work together to change the face of the copperbelt. Since we came in, and I'm proudly to say so, that we are seeing a lot of things coming on board. We've seen minings opening up. For us, when you see the mining opening up, it's giving confidence and hope for young ones, the young skills that we are training in schools to go and start a living there. Immediately you are employed, you practice what you've learned in school. The government is there to create this, and we are championing that. We are there to receive investment. Our mandate, constitutional mandate, is to coordinate all these investors who are coming to make sure that the investment is settled and is giving opportunity to the Zambians.
Yeah.
So basically that's what we are working on, and there are a lot of scores under our term, and we believe that we are going to leave a better province than we had found
And
it.
you found it.
Yes,
That's
so
great.
basically that's it. And also I will also remain grateful to the church, because I'm looking forward where the church, traditional leaders, and all people in central government, we choose nothing but to work together for us to realize a better Zambia that we want to see.
Wow.
And I'm hoping that the Zambia that we have, we are going to, to be, to contribute to the rule of law, because Zambia is governed by laws, and we want everybody to enjoy the space, not others taking up other spaces and also doing illegal things that disadvantages others. No. We are looking forward to say one day we are going to see sanity in everything that we do here in the province. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, I think I want to add more to that. That's been a really inclusive legacy. And the most important thing I wanted to say we're taking away from the show, at least in my case, is, to always give what you have. I think if we come from that standpoint, we should never be, we'll be more self-sufficient and more reliant. So P.S., I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, as usual, thank you very, very much for coming on the show. I really hope we get you back on the show another time. I know you're very busy, because I also did a bit of research on your economic policies, the things you're trying to get investors to come in. I think the Japan conglomerates came through February time, something like that. So it would be really nice to get you back on the show. Maybe you can share more about some of those mandates and some of the successes and outcomes.
In fact, I was even invited. And there's some people to buy me the air ticket to Japan.
There you go.
So, yeah. So we've been interacting and also,
I did a lot of research. It's just, I think it would be nice for people to hear some of these outcomes, because sometimes it doesn't trickle down, or people don't hear about them, or as you said, it's very politicized and not a lot of projects are saying this is what we started with, this is what's happened. So I follow you, and I've done some research, and I'm very inspired to meet the man behind the title. And I think we're very much in good hands in the Copperbelt. So thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. We always remain grateful for even inviting us to come and share and who this fella here.
Yeah.
But I always hold it also to God Almighty and the President of the Republic of Zambia, because he has given direction to this country, that all of us, we need to realize that we are one people. We've got only one objective, all of us to work together to make a better place. And there is no one who develops Zambia apart from ourselves. So for me, it's humbling to serve under his leadership. Of course, I told you from my beginning, discipline. Even serving in this government, the president watches. He's not an impulsive leader. He sees and is able to advise. So when you see people fired, they fire themselves, it's not him. That's how good with the president. But you hear he's been fired, no. Most of these things you see. When he sees, he'll caution. Later on, when you go against the law, you find your exit. Not that he treated people. No, he's a leader who wants all of us to be stabilized, and also to make us realize that we are in this public service to save the people, not to ourselves. Yeah.
No, perfect. No, we look forward to hearing more. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me. This is Aaron Mashano here. Thanks for joining us off the record.